Hello everyone, my name is Danny. This review is for the movie called Penance Lane. This is a 2020 film, came out in April of last year. It has a grade of a rating of TV 14 for some reason. I didn't know this was on TV, but good for it, I guess. Just runs a little under an hour and a half, and it stars Tyler Maine, Scout Taylor Compton, and John Schneider, amongst a couple of people else you might know. This has a little over 1,000 grades on IMDb.com, which is the website I referenced, so that's pretty good. Still means that a lot of people haven't seen this, though. And I pretty much agree with the grade, maybe a little bit lower to be honest. But, yep, this is Penance Lane. I'm sorry, I forgot to read the description. A hardened criminal fresh out of the joint takes a job as a handyman in a dilapidated house. But the twisted horrors he finds inside are enough to send anyone running. So why does he stay? And why are there so many people drawn to Penance Lane? There we go. Thank you everybody for watching this review. Please be kind in the comments. We never want problems with harassment or anything of that sort. So please comment on videos. Just remember to be kind when you're leaving those comments. This one I found due to research that I do at the beginning of every month. I'm happy that it's a kind of a newer movie. That's great. I'm always happy to be able to find things that I've never heard of before that are within about a year old. And I am a pretty big wrestling fan. I have a couple of Funkos up here on the top left, Charlotte and other people. So I watch, at least 4 shows of wrestling every week, plus the pay-per-view sometimes, so 5. And I'm happy to see wrestlers in movies. It's always nice to know what they're doing outside wrestling, and that they want to be in a movie and things like that. But that doesn't always mean that they are the best actors when they're put into movies or TV shows or whatever else, because the movies are a completely different monster, and you actually have to play a character. You can't just play yourself. And I think especially legends of wrestling, they get so stuck in just playing their self, because their self is such a character that they've played for 20 years or 30 years or 40 years, that when it comes to a movie, you can't really switch gears. You can't really play that other character because you're just so much yourself. And so there are some WWE people affiliated with this movie. They mostly play minor roles, but still, just kind of something to watch out for. Something that certain people might not like this movie just because they don't even like wrestling or wrestling characters at all. Maybe you don't matter or care about that. I don't know. But as far as the movie goes, and if it's scary or not, which is really what it's trying to pull off, I think it's trying to be really, really interesting. And I think it's also trying to be scary. So whether it pulls off the scary factor or not, I don't know. I think it's for everyone to judge. Obviously this has kind of a mixture of opinions online. Let's say that, and I think some people are going to be more impressed with the scary stuff, and other people are going to be like, "Wow, this is the worst I've ever seen." And so when it comes to movies like that, and opinions where they're very much differing from each other, and nobody really knows if this is good or not, I think you should just rely on the fact of if it's impressive or not. And for me, I think it was impressive in the beginning, because it kind of leaves it open-ended what might be on Penance Lane, what might be going on. And they do hold that out for a while, maybe at least an hour into the movie, maybe an hour and 10 minutes into the movie, they finally release what's going on, what's really behind all of this stuff, who's really involved and what's their position in the involvement. And so I think that's like the one thing it really has going for it, is that it waits so long to finally reveal, hey, guess what? Surprise. So my overlining opinion for pretty much everyone that's seen this movie so far is that it's fine that they waited that long, but it's not that big of a surprise. Sorry. Got too much going on all at once here. But I think that the fact that they waited so long for the ending surprise, and it's not that great of a surprise, and it doesn't make much sense, and it doesn't really do much for you. I think that's the problem with this movie, is that the guy that they have playing the pastor in this movie, he doesn't seem like he needs to be in that role. He's played other roles in his lifetime, and for him to try and pull off what he tried to pull off at the end of this movie just does not really work for me, probably for anybody else, probably why it's getting poor reviews. But there's a lot to this movie that's bad. That's just one thing. I think that the guy didn't need to be in that position. Just because he's played a pastor before doesn't mean that he needed to play the pastor in this one. So, um, I kind of liked our main character. I think it was a small, bright light in this movie. I didn't care for the females that we had alongside him because they just seemed like they were pretty useless. Like they were just trying to be around him and be a part of his life. And obviously, he said about 5 times that he's, not interested or something. I mean, like, get a hint, right? And the cop in this one is just silly. And I don't know. Just, I mean, like I said earlier, our side characters, they try to do as much as they can, but it's kind of a sad movie. Like, you just know that stuff in here is just, like, not making sense whatsoever, and you're watching it, and you're just like, okay, if you're going to go that way, sure, because the beginning has people being pulled out of nowhere and, like, I don't know, kind of like a paranormal almost kind of stuff. And then the end is what the end is. And I'm just like, okay, that doesn't make any sense. So I was really hoping for something here. I think I was more disappointed than anything. So if you've seen this, I would like your opinion about it because I think there's going to be a lot of mixture of emotions. And if you haven't seen this, I would like you to put it on your list because I just think it needs to be talked out. I mean, I think there can be some impressive things here. I just wasn't impressed. So I actually have to give this my lowest grade of a D. I don't think that. I think more than anything, I was just really felt sorry for it. I felt sorry for the old wrestlers that are in this, and they get their 5 to 20 minutes on screen, and they just didn't do anything, and their acting is horrible, or the rest of the movie just not making any sense. And that's really why I have to give this my low grade. So um, I would like some more opinions about it, but I have to be fair to what the overlining opinion is online, and that is giving this movie, Penance Lane, a D. Thanks a lot, guys. My name's Danny. If you like this or any of my other videos, try and give some of them a watch. Like and subscribe to my channel if you would. Enjoy movies. Thanks.